about Arsenal, haven't we? Because they had a great night in terms of their Champions League thoughts, and of course to this quadruple as well. They face Sporting in the quarterfinals, which on paper doesn't look so difficult, does it? Do you think they could go on and reach the final?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal are a match for any team, not just because I think they've got different sides to their play. I mean, you hear a load of people moaning about how they've performed in the Premier League this year because they kind of think that they're boring to watch. But for me, it's because a load of teams don't want to come out and play against them because they know that when they do, Arsenal will punish them. And I think that we've seen that side of Arsenal in the Champions League in Europe this year. And I think that they've punished teams that have tried to come out and play against them. So I think that they've got all the capabilities in the world to get to the final, and particularly when you see how they performed yesterday, when you got Declan Rice, again, another man and a match performance from him. Yeah. Great goal from Eze. I mean, I just think that they've got everything in their armour to go and compete with anyone. Yeah,
it was a delightful goal from Eze, wasn't it? They are, of course, already in one final that you can watch on Sky Sports at the weekend. It's the Carabao Cup final. How important will that be in terms of the Premier League title for them to get one over City, do you think?
I think it would have been a lot more important if the gap was maybe shorter.
OK.
I think that they've got a big enough cushion with Man City that I don't think that it will be the be-all and end-all. Listen, they'd want to win it just for the fact that they can get their hands on a trophy, but it will have a nice little knock-on effect if whoever the victor is, maybe then turning their attentions to the Premier League. But I think that they've got a good enough cushion to keep Man City at bay.
You think they've got the mentality, don't you?
I do, yeah. I think they're a much better outfit. I think they're a stronger team, and I think they look mentally a lot better team than they maybe have done in previous seasons.
And the fact that they are scratching those wins, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's the fact that they're just getting the wins.
No, I mean, listen, there is an element of it where there's obviously truth to it, where if you're watching an Arsenal game and there's maybe long throws and the game gets slowed down a little bit, but listen, they won't bat an eyelid at anybody complaining about the way that they've played. If they get their hands on a Premier League trophy, they'll be celebrating just as much as anybody if they'd gone and got 100 points and scored 150 goals. You know what I mean?
How about the quadruple? I mean, it's got to be an impossible task, isn't it? Or do you think it is possible for them this season?
I mean, it is, I think, a bit of a stretch. But the fact that they're in 4 competitions, they won final, they look like they're going to get over the line in the Premier League. We saw how dominant they can be in Europe. I'd certainly look to maybe 2 or 3 trophies, but quadruple. Listen, the reason why we're saying how difficult it is because we've hardly ever seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you'd have come and watched my team in 2018, you might have seen it. But yeah, so it's a difficult task, but who knows?
OK, I'm just going to bring Matt in.
Back to the Premier League show. Manchester City and Chelsea are out of the Champions League. Spurs, Liverpool and Newcastle all facing tough tasks to make the quarter-finals. But should English clubs be doing better? The Premier League is supposed to be the best league in the world, after all. And have you argued with your friends about which league has the best teams? Well, we might have the answer for you this evening. The Opta Power Rankings are a system that gives a score to every domestic team. It's on a scale between 0 and 100. 0 is the worst ranked team in the world, and 100 is the best team in the world. Crucially, though, those scores allow us to compare the relative strengths of domestic leagues. Now, after last night's eliminations, we have 12 teams, you'll see the red dots here, remaining in the competition, which come from the 7 domestic leagues, which you'll see along the bottom here. Now, Arsenal have been given the highest score of 100 up here by Opta. That means they are the strongest team in the world. Each dot here represents a team in the Premier League. All of them have their rating, as you can see, all the way down to the bottom team, which is Burnley. They've been given the lowest score of 83.8. Now, the Bundesliga is next here, and Bayern Munich are the second best team in the world. But you can see there is quite a large jump here between Bayern Munich and the second best team in the Bundesliga, that's Borussia Dortmund. Now, in Spain, the 3 teams that are left in the competition are the 3 best teams in La Liga. We've got Barcelona, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. But Real Madrid are actually rated higher than Manchester City, which is this greyed out dot because now they are out of the competition. So is it really that big of a surprise between Real Madrid knocking out Manchester City, Barcelona being favourites against Newcastle United? But the key question here is how the strength of the domestic leagues impacts the performances in Europe. The English sides are facing tougher opposition in their domestic league. Even Burnley, remember the bottom-rated team here, lowest rated, they are better than 9 teams in the Bundesliga who have a lower rating. Burnley are also better than 11 teams in Serie A, this cluster of teams that have been given a rating as well. And there is a group of teams in Portugal's top division that are essentially at a similar level to the middle of the Championship. So does playing weaker opposition at home domestically allow...
I should say so. No wonder they're struggling at times. So we should feel very sorry for our 6 teams that made the Champions League. Or perhaps not. But look, in terms of what happened to City last night, 5-1 on aggregate, it was a miserable score, and certainly Pep will be very disappointed about it. What does it say, do you think, about City at the moment and where they are?
It's probably a sign of literally where they are, as far as they're nowhere near the team that they was a couple of years ago. I think we've seen that in the Premier League this year, the amount of games that they've lost, even the way that they used to control games. They're just not able to do that anymore. Now, I know it's a little bit of a transition period for them regarding players, because they've had a bit more of a conveyor belt of players coming into the team, but yeah, they're certainly a lot more vulnerable than they've ever been. They used to take the game away from teams when they'd go and play them with the ball. But I just think at the moment they're so vulnerable from counter-attacks, from set pieces. They just don't look anywhere near as good. So I wasn't surprised to see him go out against a Real Madrid team, albeit Real Madrid are not exactly firing on all cylinders as well. But yeah, I think City will probably be better next season. I think Pep's come out and said that he thinks that they'll be better off next year, but I think so will Arsenal. I think Arsenal will improve, especially if they get over the line and build more confidence by winning the league. So yeah, I think that City are in a little bit of a transition period, but they certainly are still one of the best teams in the league, but nowhere near to the level that we're used to seeing a Pep team.
Yeah, and you mentioned in terms of Pep, because he's a genius.
He's the king.
We all recognise that. But obviously people will look back again, as I was just talking about legacies, 1 Champions League in 10 attempts for Pep. And some people will look at that and say, well, actually, that's not good enough. Where do you stand on that argument?
No, I think you've got some outstanding managers that have never managed to get to a final of a Champions League or semi-finals of a Champions League. I think that if you look at the record there that just popped up on the screen, is that it's not as if he ain't getting deep into these competitions, and it's a difficult competition to win. And listen, we know he's won it once already at Barca as well, and once at City, but. Listen, I think Pep would probably have liked to have won more, and the level of manager that he is and coach that he is, you'd probably expect him to win more. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do see him win more come in the future. Yeah,
he'll want to beat Ancelotti's 5, won't he? Yeah. Just briefly on this, could this focus minds on the title race? Could it be slightly too late now? Because obviously that's what they can do now. They can really go for it in the Premier League.
I think it is, and like I said, it's not like the team, albeit City put together a decent run a couple of months ago. I don't think it's the City where we saw a couple of years ago, where they went and won sort of like 12 on the bounce or something like that. I don't think we're going to see that between now and the end of the season, them winning every game. Albeit, even if they did, I'm not sure that it would be enough anyway, because I fancy that Arsenal were going to be...
Arsenal's dominance this season has caught the attention of fans and pundits worldwide. With every match, the Arsenal FC squad showcases a blend of skill, speed, and tactical intelligence that makes them extremely difficult to beat. Their ability to turn tight games in their favor has led many to declare them the best team in the world, as they continue to impress in both domestic and European competitions. Soccer ball fire. Manager Mikel Arteta has been instrumental in this success. His tactical flexibility, man management skills, and confidence in young stars have transformed Arsenal into a well-drilled and fearless side. Arteta's vision allows the team to adapt seamlessly to any opponent, making them a nightmare to face on any given day. Key players like Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Jesus have been pivotal in Arsenal's rise. Their creativity, composure, and ability to perform in high-pressure moments make the squad not only exciting to watch but also highly effective in achieving results that matter. With the team performing at such a high level, talk of a quadruple, Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup is no longer just fantasy. Arsenal's depth, youth, and winning mentality give them a genuine shot at historic success. Fans are witnessing one of the most thrilling seasons in recent memory, where unpredictability and brilliance go hand in hand. For supporters, the message is clear: Arsenal are unstoppable. Every match now carries the weight of history, and the squad's confidence continues to grow with each victory. If they maintain this form, the season could become one of the most iconic in the club's storied history, cementing Arsenal's place among the elite of world football. Glowing Star Soccer Ball Fire.